Welcome back, everybody. My name is Gregtech, and this is Gregtech New Horizons. So, in my last video, I barely got everything I needed in order to get my electric blast furnace set up. Since that time, I've gone and I completed the quest to make 10 of the coke ovens. I made a 3x3 of the solid fuel boiler fireboxes, as well as 36 of the low pressure boiler tanks. Or sorry, not 36, 18 of them. That gives me about 180 steam per tick, which adds up to quite a bit. It keeps my iron tank right here pretty well filled up. I went ahead and I also completed the quest to make batteries, as well as get a battery box so that I can keep the batteries filled up, because this thing draws just a ton of power. Also, while I was at it, I made the canner, which I needed in order to make the batteries. And then, let's see, was there anything else that I've really big that I've done? I expanded the base a bit. Let me just take you around real quick. So I built up the walls on the inside all the way up to the top, and then up here I haven't done much. I just made the walls reach all the way up to this top floor here, and then I have my one water tank all the way up here. My water tank is trying to keep up. It does okay-ish. It depends on what all I have running at the time. That 3x3 solid fuel boiler tends to use up quite a bit of water, but it doesn't seem to be nearly as much as my ore washer. So I try to wash my ores, try and wash out some of those smaller pieces like the malachite there. I was doing some centrifuging of the cleaned the purified limonite ore. I need to keep going with my dark ashes because that gives me the little bit of carbon that I can use to triple my iron in the EBF here, which only takes 12 seconds instead of trying to do it over here in the primitive ones, simply because I'm trying to conserve my charcoal. I need more iron so that I can make a whole bunch of conveyors and pumps so that I can start to make use of these guys here. I don't have a tank yet for my creosote, and I don't have any of the liquid fueled boiler fireboxes made yet. So I'm just kind of stuck with the solid one right now, and it chews through charcoal like mad. So I've just been trying to keep up with getting the charcoal put into these guys. I'm still using my pile igniter because this does take time to build up. Yeah, so that's what I've got going on there. You can see I completed the lithium, the basic canner, the lithium batteries, and the battery buffer here. I am slowly working on my aluminum, trying to get those 8 aluminum ingots. And then under the multi-block goals, I got the Railcraft steam power, the low pressure boiler tank, the soldering iron, along with the EBF. And so that's pretty much the extent of what I've been doing. My Steve's cart, as you know, I was doing that before. I'm still working towards my woodcutter, and then that's pretty much where I am. I really want to finish up the aluminum so that I can get into my first wand, and once I have my first wand, I can begin having fun with the magic set of stuff, because just this one quest right here opens up quite a bit to start looking into actual Thaumcraft. I believe it also opens up a little bit of blood magic as well as witchery, and so I will be digging into those as I have time. All right, there's that, and I have no room in my inventory right now. So yeah, I'm going to work on the motors that I need to build the conveyors and pumps so that I can get my charcoal into my solid fuel boiler. And then the thing I need to do after that is to get working on my Steve's cart, which means that I'm going to try and use the EBF. I'm going to try and get a little bit of stuff so that I can make either the redstone or the annealed copper, possibly both, so that I can put it in my assembly machine and make my vacuum tubes for cheaper. I really cannot stand making vacuum tubes. I think they're worse than the pistons even, just because of the pure steel resources that those stinking things need. So I'm going to try and get those done. I have the other parts here, or not there, up here. I've got 40 resistors to make 20 more of the basic circuits, and that will help me get going towards most of the rest of these quests. Another big one I'm looking forward to is going after oil and starting to look at the oil processing. I need to do the thermal centrifuge, need to come down and around here to get the scanner with the good circuit boards, try and wrap up those quests there, and just basically picking off other machines here and there as I need them, so that I can continue on towards the MV age. So yeah, I'll be back after a while once I have something else to show. Alright, I am back again, and been doing a bit more work, almost nothing build-wise, but I've been making some more coke oven bricks, so that hopefully I can put together another couple coke ovens. But in the meantime, I've got all of the tin item plates I need, and then I also already have all of the small wooden fluid pipes. I made the conveyor belts and the pumps so that I can get these guys all rigged up and pushing stuff around to where I need it. Likewise, I also centrifuged some brown limonite, which gave me 2 hydrogen cells in order to knock out the hydrogen cell quest right down here. One of the next things I'm looking to focus on, oh, that's one other thing that I've done. Right around here, I should be able to pick up my 8th and final one for the quest there. Getting ready for tier 3 so that I can then go into the magic progression. I guess it also looks like I can make a low voltage transformer to turn 4 to 1 from LV to MV, but that still hasn't unlocked the MV tab as of yet. I'll probably need to knock out either or both of those quests, or it may need me to knock out some of these. I don't remember which ones it wants done before it'll unlock the MV line, but we're coming along. I'm going to go ahead and get the blast furnaces rigged up. I would like to see if I can keep it consistent with moving over to the steam compressor. I may move it up to a high pressure steam compressor to compress it, and then I'll try and work that into this so that it runs off of the compressed coal instead of just the regular charcoal, because the first level of coal compression gets you 1 extra burn unit, so it treats it like 10 instead of 9. So that would be a good boost for doing that. As you can see, I am completely filling up on steam, so I do what I can in order to get some of this stuff taken care of, burn through some of the power that I build up. Let's see here. I had one other one. Where is it? I had it in here. What did I do with my other chip? Sorry, now I'm lost trying to find where I put my other chip for this chip set so that I can run that one. Anyway, I'm going to get stuff cleaned up, and yeah, once I have a bit more to show, I'll be moving right along. Alright, I am back yet again. My macerator is going because I ran dangerously low on tin, so I ended up running around and picking up another 2 stacks of cassiterite sand to get my tin levels back up. I'm still going to need some more tin in order to finish off the last 2 pumps that I need in order to finish up the last 2 coke furnaces to make sure that their creosote gets out, and will go into what I will be building as my second tank. But I finished up my 2 iron caps along with my 4 aluminum screws. And now, if I can just remember where I put my Naga scales. There they are. I believe I just need 2. Yeah, 2 Naga scales, 4 aluminum screws, 2 iron caps, and I was able to break down a bunch of my cotton seeds, put it into a ULV fluid tank, get enough seed oil to fill 1 capsule, and then I made my impregnated stick. So, with that done, let us make our iron-capped wand. Alright. Stick in the middle. Crosshash patterns. And there it is, our first wand. Our first Thaumcraft wand. So, that is fantastic. With that done, after I sleep, let's see what new stuff opened up. The brewing stand. So apparently I'm going to have to do that in the thaminomicon. I need to make a thaminomicon, which I believe is right-clicking on a bookshelf. Right. So I need to make a bookshelf real quick, and then I need to get a cauldron and right-click it. So let's get the cauldron stuff started up real quick here. Get those going. Let's see, a bookshelf. So I'm going to need 3 books. Is there a way to make a bookshelf other than that now? Oops. That is the real question. You can either make it with the planks, or 3 books and, ooh, 3 books and 3 planks in the assembler. Excellent. I will do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, assembler. There you can see I was working on my 2 pumps. 6 of those, 3 of those. Oh, it probably doesn't like my redwood. That's unfortunate. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Oh, too many. And go with my oak wood. Redwood is kind of unique. It doesn't always like it because it's not considered one of the vanilla woods. So, there is that, unfortunately. Here we go, however. It's so much easier than trying to make those wood planks. So, slap this guy down, right-click him, and our thaminomicon. Now I'll grab my 7 plates here, make those in a loop, put these guys back so that I can do that in a minute, and I need my hammer. Not for soup. Here we go. And there is my crucible. Fantastic. And I think I need to pick this up, actually, in order to gain credit for that quest as well. Is that what it wants? Oh, it just wanted me to make a cauldron. I didn't have to actually pick it up. But I get a nether rack, a flint and steel, and a common treasure. That is excellent because the nether rack is useful for lighting the fire under the cauldron so that it bubbles water. And as you can see, that unlocked several other things, from enchanted earth to the niter, thaumium, making thaumium ingots from regular iron ingots, along with getting you some files of essentia. That's nice. And then making some tables. So that'll be fun. Sticks, screw, bunch of slabs. Not bad. That's not bad at all. Alright, well, I'm going to gather up some more materials, and I'm going to see if I can get some of this stuff going, and come back in a bit. Alright, I did some mining down in the Twilight Forest, and so now I am ready to get some more progress in Thaumcraft, namely creating these glass files. And then with the glass files, creating some scribing tools. Now I already went and created all three tables. Right-clicked one with my wand in order to get my crafting table, and there is now my research table. Not that I have any research papers right now, but at least I have my research table. The nice thing about having the research table is that I can start going in here. Now unfortunately I need paper, and I have not made much paper. I haven't needed to make much paper. So now I guess it's time for me to make some paper and to get started on some of these quests. They do point out to go after the the thermometer, yeah, and then the umbral rose in order to not have to go after squids for ink, primal shrooms in order to get the I believe it's the magic shrooms, so that I can get those up and running. I'm going to have to make a nature's compass because I have looked quite a bit, I mean not as much as some, but quite a bit of my area, and I cannot seem to find a magical forest, so that'll be on my list of things to do there. And then otherwise I'm just working on a couple of these quests. The shards is a pretty easy one. I just need to go smash all the different ores that they had me mine. Eventually I need to collect these rewards. I am still working on trying to get the chemical bath to make the this cargo unit, and then I still have not made any progress on any more of the cobalt brass. I did get a bunch more zinc. I've got another 14 zinc, so I can just pair that with some ground up copper and get more of the brass dust. But I have not gone looking for some of the aluminum I've already got. The problem is going to be that cobalt. And while I have a couple of the ores that can give me a little bit of cobalt, it's going to be a little while as they only give tiny piles, and you need 2 per, and yeah, so it's going to be a bit, but I am slowly working on those. Otherwise, yeah, just continuing on trying to get through tier 2, and of course breaking into the Thaumcraft stuff. Maybe take a look at the wand focus. Alternative magic would be nice. This is witchery here. I'd like to get into witchery. So yeah, just slowly working on more, and I'll see you after a while. Alright, I am back for the last little bit of this. As you can see, my wall of machines has disappeared. So, after working on all this stuff, I have my steam boiler running with 12 of the coke ovens providing enough coal, or I mean charcoal. Occasionally I have to go break them because I don't have anything happening with the creosote. My tank for creosote is going to be right there. I also pulled out my entire EBF, and there's a spider over there. How nice. And I moved everything downstairs. So here is what was my wall of machines has now expanded a bit. I am working on automating my macerator to ore washer to forge hammer to centrifuge. I have the centrifuge to where I can either output to the tank on top, or I can make it output to the assembly unit. I also have the fluid extractor so that I can also output, like the for now I can output the lead or tin or soldering alloy, whatever I need, into that guy. I have my compressor, my basic fluid solidifier, basically all the machines that I had before, but now I've gone and I've added a couple more. Around the back I have my chemical bath now. I have a precision laser engraver. I've brought out my extractor. There's my canner. And then over here I have my distillery. And so my steam comes down into the 3 turbines that then powers this large battery buffer. My battery buffer does not tend to go away, which is kind of nice. I've been running all these machines on it off and on. But I haven't built my EBF yet. Now my idea is my EBF is currently sitting here in storage. The idea is that I would like to put the EBF here. This hole is at the center of where the creosote tank is going to be. I'd like to put my EBF here. It's on its own chunk boundary. I'd like to put like a set of diesel generators over here so that they can power the EBF in that chunk separate from this chunk here. That way it also helps with the pollution. It's in a separate chunk, but it's nearby, so it pollutes that chunk and not the chunk I'm in. So yeah, I wanted to bring you in though because I finally have everything I need to make the basic woodcutter. The basic woodcutter is that last piece that I needed before I before I can make my cart. So now that I have that, I can attach this guy here. It should show me, yep, all the blades there. Now all I need to do is assemble it, and in order to do that, I'm going to come, well, I don't have much charcoal. Let's see. I think I'm going to need to break out my charcoal. There we go. Still using the pile igniter specifically for when I am working on doing any of my steel. I still am pretty reliant on my I'm still pretty reliant on my what do you want to call that thing? The primitive blast furnaces for making steel. I have had to make an absolute ton more steel. So there is that going on. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and run down here. And I'm starving again, which is great. Always great. Oops. And I need to put this stuff over into here. And assemble. So there it goes. It's going to take 11 minutes for it to assemble. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and throw that much coal in there just in case it needs it. You can see I set up my little bits of table here. I've got my list of research that I want to do. I made that precision laser engraver so that I could make the lens that I need for it. The thing I'm currently working on is I was building up the stuff to make my cutter. Because the cutter can slice these steel rods into more pieces, and the reason I need the steel rods sliced is so that I can put together the these guys, the iron panes with the steel screws. So that'll come a little bit cheaper. I still would like to make a second assembler, and there's a couple other things that I want to do. So hopefully in the next video I will have Steve's carts up and running and actually providing all the wood that I need for my coal burners, or sorry, the coke ovens, and then hopefully I will also soon have that those diesel generators so that I can run my EBF again. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.